we are back with St. Joe's Sports here at the Brenner Family Field. Ben Chadwick will be doing the play-by-play for the St. Joe's varsity soccer team, facing off against Careret today at 4. And off the bat, we have St. Joe's on the attack. Falcons coming into this game 2-2, coming off of a 1-0 loss to North Brunswick. Just a couple days ago, it did beat Island Kennedy 4-0 and Colonia 3-1, while also taking another loss to Saraville 2-1. Head coach Sam Roca, 2-2 this season. St. Joe's already on a major attack right now. Off the bat, they didn't even receive the ball to start off. A couple of notable players for the Falcons. It's going to be Grant on defense, along with Dan Shapiro at the midfield. Armin Singh at left mid. Charlie Algier at striker. And Philip Zuska in at the goalie. So it'll be St. Joe's just moving the ball around a little bit. And that'll be a goal kick for Zuska. So it is a pretty pretty upperclassman heavy roster for the Falcons. A lot of juniors and seniors on this team. Careret working the ball around now in their own backfield. Dangerous spot to be. It'll be Shapiro now. Rough pass. So it'll go right back to Careret, who is now on the attack. And the pass goes too far. That'll be another goal kick for Zuska. See what he does here. It's just going to be a quick pass to the left back. And that's going to be a beamer aimed for Algier, but too far. The defenseman of Carteret bombs it back at the other end of the field. And some nice moves there. Number 3, don't have his name right now, but got to give credit where credit is due. So St. Joe's on the attack now. And that'll be a throw-in, it looks like. Yes, a throw-in for the Falcons. St. Joe's has no one back. Oh, yeah, and there it goes. So Grant and Dan are going to move back now. St. Joe's with a 9 attack piece right now. The throw-in. Deep in. And it's just wide. So it'll be a goal kick for Carteret here. Goes just about midfield. St. Joe's will get the ball. They'll pass it back to Zuska. Zuska, dangerous pass back out to the left. It'll remain St. Joe's ball, just barely though. It'll be Singh now with the ball. Armin Singh been on varsity ever since he was a freshman. So definitely experienced here at St. Joe's. Have to imagine he'll get some type of captain nod possibly next year, maybe even mid-season this year. St. Joe's on another attack. Possession time is about 90% to 10% right now for the Falcons. Good footwork from Singh. It'll be a free kick. It's not bad, but the header is just off target, so that'll be Careret goal kick. Careret right now 1-3 on the season under head coach Nestor Cortina. Went 0-3 to start the year. Now they're on a one-game win streak. Lost 5-0 to North Brunswick, 3-0 to Woodbridge, and 2-0 to Colonia. So got shut out in 3 straight games when they beat Island Kennedy in the last one, 4-2. So both these teams able to get a win against Island Kennedy. Shapiro, nice pass. St. Joe's once again on the attack. Oh, nice moves there. Number 10. And 10 gets the shot. And what a save by the Carteret goalie. But what offense there by the St. Joe's Falcons. Number 10, I'll try and figure out his name for you, but he absolutely broke the defender's ankles. Got a quick pass in to Singh, who passed it right back and had an on-target shot. But what a save by the goalie at the end there. Goalie Austin Sandoval. There's the corner. And close one there. But once again, saved by Sandoval. And Bogus, great header. St. Joe's once again on the attack. They have been relentless. And here's Singh. Pass to 10. 10's pass just off target. And that'll be another corner kick for the Falcons. Corner not on target. Shapiro, header right back in, and St. Joe's is back on offense. They have been clicking so far, just not able to put the ball in the net just yet. And once again, some great footwork by St. Joe's here. But an off pass there by 10. It'll be Grant now. Good hit by Grant. Ball takes a weird curve, gets away from the sophomore, it looks like. And Algier now with the ball. And a great touch by 11. Another great touch by 11. Algier. Great pass. And what a shot. Arman Singh lobs it up. And number 11 gets it off the volley. Tucks it in, top of the net. St. Joe's leads 1-0 over Carteret. Falcons keeping the pressure on Carteret, and they have the ball right back again. Singh. Good footwork. Carteret hoping to get some offense going here. And nothing of it. St. Joe's gets the ball right back and clears it back down to the Carteret goalie, Sandoval. Deep ball in. Singh now. Shapiro working it downfield. And the pass is just off for Algier. Carteret hoping to get some offense going here, and they might have it. And a rough shot attempt. Still in control of the ball, though. Nice footwork by Carteret. Carteret just moving the ball around, and Singh gets an interception. St. Joe's still trying to clear it. Carteret stays with the ball. Shapiro gets it off. And they're going to have a man down. It's going to be that striker, number 6. It's 26. We'll check into the game. Grant tosses it up. Ball still in the air. Still in the air. And finally, Shapiro gets control of it. And Singh goes down. That's going to be a penalty. Pass on to Algier. Not on target. And And we'll see if they call anything for that penalty on Arman Singh, or against Arman Singh, I should say. And it looks not. It looks like I'm going to say he got ball on it. I don't know about that, but change for Careret, 12. It's going to come on for number 16. Throw in by Careret. Unsuccessful. St. Joe's ball now. Very physical team. Carteret on the attack. Pass in. And it is stopped by the senior, the captain, number 10. Both teams just trading off the ball right now. Just about halfway through this half. Maybe a little more. Reaching the 28th minute right now. Corner in is unsuccessful. Carteret staying with the ball now. There's the goal kick. And Grant. Dangerous play by the defenseman for St. Joe's. Shapiro now. Intercepted by Carteret, and they give it right back. Singh with the ball now. Singh making a pass over to 10. 10 showing that great footwork once again. And they're unsuccessful again. Grant. Cross in, and it's over him. Carteret will get another goal kick. St. Joe's with 2 shots on target so far. 1 and 2 on the day. Zuzka has seen no shots on target yet. Just been sitting in that net, waiting for some action, but obviously is happy with not getting any shots on target. Any shots, actually. The St. Joe's defense has been locked down right now. And right as I say that, Careret on the attack. And the Falcons will knock it out, but that'll remain Careret ball. But a great play by number 21, the captain. Goal kick there. Algier misses the header. Goes over to Grant. Grant grabs it, but gets the ball stolen. Carteret back on offense. Carteret trying to get something going here. And unsuccessful all day, and even more there. St. Joe's ball. Algier gets it stolen, but then knocks it out right after. Algier gets knocked onto the track. No penalty call. They say he got ball first. Grant, another great defensive play. And the pass goes right to Carteret. I don't know what the defender was thinking there. Singh can't get the touch on it. Pass way over Algier. Great pass to him. Great through ball. And a great cross in. But 2 missed attempts. That was a great pass by Charlie Algier. But one player missed it, and Singh couldn't put it in the back of the net. There's Singh on defense. Carteret, a little bit of offense going here. And Zusko will pick it up. That'll be his first time touching the ball this game, besides for goal kicks. Oh, some great footwork by number 8 of Carteret. Flicks it right over Armin's head. But Singh, good defensive play. And that'll be St. Joe's ball, and they give it right back to Carteret. And Carteret gives it right back to St. Joe's. And St. Joe's on the attack now. Right back to Carteret. And they're going to pass it out of bounds. It'll go right back to St. Joe's. Like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. Just have a recording of myself saying this. Pretty much be the same thing. So the throw one for St. Joe's. Unsuccessful as Carteret in possession now. So Zusko with the goal kick. Just going to pass it right over to Grant. And nearing the end of the first half, it's been really sloppy play from both of these teams, just constantly giving the ball up to each other. No team able to maintain possession. We'll see if that changes before the half ends or maybe in the second half. Ball rolls out, so Zusko with another goal kick. And he'll just pass right over to the left back, who will then bomb it down to midfield. St. Joe's with the ball now, and number 3 is going to go down, and they're going to call a penalty on that. No cards, but they're going to stop the ball where it happened. Free kick from St. Joe's behind the midfield line. They're just going to bomb it down to the net. The defender just hits it up. Not a great play by the defender there, but Careret still manages to maintain the ball. Shapiro, though, good play by him. St. Joe's in the attack, and the goalie comes out and snags it right up. And it is a rough punt. Bounces a couple times before it even reaches its target. So St. Joe's ball. St. Joe's in the attack, and a low power shot, I'll say. Carteret's ball again. There's a good punt. Right over to the midfield line. Ball went out of bounds on St. Joe's. That'll be Carteret ball. They'll give it right back to the Falcons. And 24 is going to come on for Algiers. Actually, number 5 will come on for Algiers. So it'll be St. Joe's maintaining possession. Zuska with a goal kick. Got a great leg. I wonder why they don't let him boom it down the field some more. Both teams just hitting it back and forth right now at the midfield line. St. Joe's now maintaining good possession as Armin holds the ball. Seeing one of the most skilled players on this varsity squad. Shapiro is just going to work it back. Grant now. Singh with the ball. Look at number 5, and he loses the ball. St. Joe's throw in at the end as Carteret passed the ball out of bounds. 15 with the throw in. He's going to lob it up towards the line. St. Joe's ball. Couldn't get a shot off, but they will hold the ball. Shapiro fighting for the ball. That'll be Oliveira checking in for the Falcons. Wearing number 17. So a boot on the free kick. And great save by Sandoval. That would have been giving St. Joe's their second goal of the game. If it wasn't for that. So it'll be a St. Joe's corner kick. What a save, though, by Careret. Sandoval. So Oliveira is going to move up for this corner kick. But it is a rough one. Doesn't get too high or far. Once again, the team's just working it around in the middle, giving it back and forth to one another. Good defense there by Oliveira. That'll be St. Joe's ball. And some nice footwork there by Oliveira. St. Joe's in the attack now. The spin move there by number 3. And quick cross in. Careret will knock it out. Oliveira will get the throw in. And this is just pretty much a corner, being this close to the net. Tosses up, and it goes in. Number 24. With the header going right in the top right corner. What a goal for St. Joe's, going up 2-0 in the ball game. Good play by there. Good play there by Ruiz. And Shapiro and number 6 of Carteret have gotten into it this whole game, and there's another example of it. A free kick by Carteret. Possibly could get it in there near the net. We'll see. Oh! Would have been a great play there by number 3 of Carteret, but it couldn't put it on target. Zuska will get a free, goal kick right now. He'll just slide it over to Grant. And Oliveira will give it up. But he'll get another chance at it. And he'll give it up again, trying to get a nice through ball in there. Josh Oliveira works it to the other side of the field. It'll be Zuska now with the ball. It's going to be a bomb down to the offense of St. Joe's. Carteret will take it and go on offense themselves, and that'll be a penalty on Ruiz. No ball. It just took the guy and put him to the ground. Zuska now. Rolls it over to Grant. Shapiro with the interception. 24 got a goal earlier. St. Joe's just working the clock right now, it seems. As they'll pass it right back to Zuska. Good defense by St. Joe's, but not good enough. Carteret on the attack. Gets it by Oliveira. And a save by Zuska. Good play there by Philip Zuska. And he'll roll it over to Grant once again, his favorite target. And Grant kick it right past Oliveira. Grant. The pass over to 24. 24 on the offensive. And that'll give St. Joe's a corner. Corner kick for the Falcons taking a little too long. Not sure what they're trying to do here. On another note, though, Shapiro will come out. Be replaced by number 9. And that'll be the half. So St. Joe's leads 2-0 over Carteret at the end of the first half. Varsity soccer. And we are back for the second half of St. Joe's versus Careret Varsity Soccer. With the Falcons leading 2-0. It'll be St. Joe's ball to start off the half. So once again, no change from the first half. Both teams just kind of trading the ball at the midfield line. Careret will bomb it down to Zuska, who's going to pick it up. And the Falcons will lose the ball. So they got lucky. They actually avoided a possible storm rolling in, but it looks like it veered off. So that's why they're playing today. I really thought they were going to have to cancel this game with that lightning storm coming in. Right now, though, soccer is 2-2, like I said before, and football for St. Joe's is currently 0-2 with another home game coming up this Saturday. Not too sure who we'll have on that broadcast. I know it won't be me. Possibly Nate Perez and Seth Koduri, but we'll have to see. I'll be heading off to a Penn State whiteout game against Auburn. A couple of big wins for Penn State to start off the year. Now they're playing another ranked team for that. The greatest tradition in college sports, the Penn State whiteout. So I can't wait to go to that. St. Joe's on offense, the throw-in. And they're going to bomb it right over the net. So it'll be a goal kick for Carteret. St. Joe's will get the ball back. But yeah, like I was saying before, though, Penn State having a good year. Not what I would expect. Thought they were going to lose that first game to Wisconsin. Sean Clifford came to play, though, against Ball State. Not really against Wisconsin, but a couple of guys. Noah Kane playing great right now. Jaquan Brisker is on his game. Definitely missing guys like Micah Parsons and Adafe Owe, but defense is still the main power, the main strength of that team. course, Micah Parsons going to the Dallas Cowboys, another one of my favorite teams. Took a brutal loss last Thursday, just a week ago from today, against the champion defending Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lost 31-29. It was a rough start to the year, but it was great promise, losing by 2 to the Super Bowl champs when you're supposed to be a below average team. That's always a great start. However, the Cowboys are getting riddled with injuries right now. Lyle Collins right now is suspended. DeMarcus Lawrence just broke his foot. Randy Gregory is also out. Michael Gallup is going to be out too for a month. So it's a rough start to the year. Cowboys have the Chargers on Sunday. Thursday night game tonight is the Giants versus Washington. And the winner of that, I believe, will lead the division. I really don't know who I have for that game because I always had Washington, but now that Fitzmagic is gone, I don't know. I don't know who I would have. Taylor Heineke is definitely a capable quarterback, but he is just not the same as Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I think I'm actually going to go with the New York Giants in that game. Go with Saquon Barkley, his first real full game coming off of that torn ACL from last year. Daniel Jones off a tough test. Doesn't have great receivers. He has Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard. But that is a great Washington defense, especially that pass rush. Chase Young, De'Aaron Payne, Matthew Ioannidis. Cameron Curl, too. Safety for them. Always a good one. Then again, the Giants defense is another great one, so definitely 2 top 10 defenses there in the NFC East. And then, of course, you have the Cowboys and Eagles, who are probably 2 top 30 defenses. But yeah, I think I'm taking the Giants. I think Saquon Barkley has a huge game because that Washington pass rush is incredible, but the run defense is definitely worse than the pass rush. So I'm going to take Saquon in that game. I think Saquon has over 110 rushing yards, a couple touchdowns. I think Daniel Jones is going to be upwards of 250 passing yards. Like Sterling Shepard had a great week last week, had a huge week. Definitely a big pickup for a lot of fantasy teams on the waiver wire this morning. Then again, you have Kenny Golladay, Evan Ingram, not sure if he's playing, but it'll be Careret on offense. They're moving forward, and the goal by Careret. What a shot there by number 9. Right over Zuzka's head. And Zuzka is not happy about that. Visibly upset near that goal. So just like that, we have a ball game. Everyone thought this would be a blowout. St. Joe's only leads 2-1 right now. Not sure how much time is left on the clock, but probably around halfway through the half. So St. Joe's on the attack. some more games happening this week. Rams Colts at 1 o'clock. That is a great game, but I think it is a very clear winner or predicted winner for that because the Rams just looked unbeatable last week. Matthew Stafford actually has receivers now with an O line and a great coach, great defense. I mean, it's just the best team by far Matthew Stafford has ever been on. And I think they're real Super Bowl contenders this year. Especially when Indianapolis took a 14-point loss, I believe it was, to the Seattle Seahawks. We're a good team, but I don't know, losing to them by that much is kind of rough. And then you have the Seahawks, as I was just talking about, playing Tennessee at 4:25. And I think the Titans had a unfair start. I think Ryan Tannehill and Julio Jones don't have that connection just yet, but I think they will in the weeks to come. And I think when that happens, you have the obvious uh, best receiver duo in the NFL. I mean, AJ Brown and Julio Jones are two top 7 receivers, which is just ridiculous. And then you add the best running back in the NFL onto that, and a top 10 quarterback, and that's one of the best offenses in the NFL. Good, a decent O line, probably above average O line. Titans are definitely scary. It's just the defense that they have to worry about because the defense is definitely the weak part of that team. And then they're playing the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, every single year, plays incredible at the start of the year. And then as you go into it, Wilson, like going up to week 5, Russell Wilson looks like the clear-cut MVP. And then week 7 to 16 happen, and Russell Wilson looked like he's a top 10, top 15 quarterback. So, I mean, we'll see if that changes this year. But if it's the same, the Seahawks they just miss out on their shot at a deep playoff run, just like every other year. Another good game, though, the Cowboys-Chargers. Like I said, Cowboys, Dak Prescott, they're riddled with injuries right now. Chargers just took down the football team last week, too. So that'll be a rough game for Dallas. I think I might actually have LA winning that one, especially when it's in SoFi. LA just looked great. Justin Herbert looks like he's the future QB for that franchise. Absolute monster on the football field. Keenan Allen is a great wideout. Mike Williams is a great number 2. Austin Eckler, probably the second best receiving back in the NFL. Really good O-line, especially with new Rashawn Slater allowing 0 pressures, 0 hurries, 0 sacks against one of the best pass rushers in the NFL against Washington. So he looked like an absolute steal at pick 14. Another great game, the Sunday night game this week. Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens. That is going to be an electric football game. 2 great offenses, or 2 great quarterbacks, I should say. I don't know how great I want to call the Ravens offense. 2 great quarterbacks, 2 electric quarterbacks. Chiefs arguably have the best offense in the NFL, definitely top 3. Ravens, incredible defense with Lamar Jackson on the offensive side of the ball. If I had to pick, obviously I'm taking Kansas City in that game, but in Baltimore, man, I believe that'll be the first game in Baltimore. Those fans are going to be hyped to be at that game. First game they're allowed to be at in the last 2 years. So my pick would be Kansas City, but I'm not counting Baltimore out at all. And then the Monday night game is going to be Lions at Packers. Underratedly sneaky team, the Detroit Lions, who had an incredible comeback against a team who was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, the San Francisco 49ers. Only lost by a touchdown when they were down by 28 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. So, I mean, it is in Green Bay, so I think the Packers will run away with that one. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come to his senses. Last game was a fluke. I think it was just him trying to prove hey, I'm the future quarterback of this team, but he was just trying to do too much. But I feel like this game they're going to use Aaron Jones more. Rodgers is going to be smarter with the football instead of throwing 4 or 5 picks like he did. And I think Green Bay comes out of that one. But Jared Goff had a great game. So did DeAndre Swift for Detroit. So you never know. Some other interesting games. The Minnesota Vikings at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals looked incredible. Incredible against the Vikings. Chandler Jones, 5 sacks in one game is unheard of. It's the most sacks he's ever had in one game in his entire career. And Chandler Jones has been around for a while. So he is not out of his prime at all. Especially when you add J.J. Watt to that team. You have Budda Baker at safety. That is a team to watch. Isaiah Simmons in that linebacker. That is definitely a scary team. And then obviously on the offense, one of the deepest wide receiver cores I've ever seen. DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore. I mean, it just never ends. And then Kyler Murray, who seems to be having a comeback season, or a breakout season, I should say, for the Arizona Cardinals. Decent O-line to pair it up with. But then on the Minnesota side of the football, you have a top 3 running back in the NFL in Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins, who I believe is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Probably around like a top 12, top 11 quarterback I'd give him. And then like a top 3 wide receiver duo in the NFL with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's a top 10 wideout, and I think Adam Thielen's like a top 15 wideout. Great O-line over there in Minnesota, too. The Minnesota defense is a decent one, too. You have Danielle Hunter, Harrison Smith. That should be a great game. I know Minnesota lost last week, and Arizona took a dominant win when Kyler Murray showed out. But I think that'll be a great game. I pick as Arizona, especially after that game they just had. But I really do like Minnesota this year. A couple more changes in the game. For St. Joe's, going to be Gabe Matos checking in. Looks like at that center defensive mid position, or center attacking mid, I should say. In case you're wondering, nothing has happened yet in this soccer game. Score remains at 2-1. Just been trading the ball off, not too much offense. I would tell you definitely if there was a shot. Nothing much just yet. And then heading over to college football, like I was talking about before, Penn State versus Auburn. That is a huge game. Tank Bigsby might be the best running back in the NFL. And there's a shot by Careret, and it is saved by Zuska. What a save by Philip Zuska. And it looks like we might see Daniel Aiken coming in for Zuska in a little bit. Aiken, a senior this year, looking to go into sports management at Syracuse. It's also a school I'd like to attend, sports broadcasting. And Zuska with the stop. Yeah, and it does look like Akins will be coming in. Like I was saying before, though, Auburn. But that's really it. I mean, they have a good defense, don't get me wrong. But that offense is just that running back, and that is it. Not too much else going on. But Penn State, Noah Cain's a great running back. Jahan Dawson, one of the best receivers in the Big Ten this year. Incredible defense, probably the second best defense in the Big Ten, maybe even probably the second best behind Iowa. I know Ohio State is always the best at everything, but not this year, especially after going 1-1. Good save by Oliveira right there. Oh my God. Parents are not happy, and I understand. Oliveira clearly saved the ball from going out of bounds. He wasn't even near the yellow line. Ref calls it out, though. Some nice offense here by St. Joe's. On the attack, Matos. St. Joe's at the corner here. Game should be nearing the end. Careret trying to get something going here. Still down 1 goal. St. Joe's has been relentless, looking like a great soccer team right now. And some more offense going. The defenseman, Alejandro Ruiz. Matos, good play, and they're going to call a penalty on Gabe Matos there. It's like I said, Carteret hoping to get something going here. Looks like Armin Singh is going to check back into the game. So, in case you were wondering, in high school, there is an unlimited amount of substitutions, and it does not matter who's coming in and who's going out. Like Armin was the starter to start the game, then he came out, and now he's going right back in. Oh, and that is going to be a foul on Gabe Matos. Gabe got sandwiched in between two defenders. That sacrifice will get St. Joe's the ball. As the game nears an end, St. Joe's once again leads 2-1 over Carteret. Falcons were up 2-0. Scored both in the first half. And some offense there for St. Joe's. And the goalie saves it. Ruiz. Yeah, looks like Armin and Grant both checking back in. And it does not look like we're going to see Daniel Aitken checking in for this game. The backup goalie, like I said, Dzuska. Possibly if St. Joe's was up by more than a goal, but I guess Coach Roca doesn't need to take that chance. Oliveira's going to come off, as well as number 59. As Bogus takes over that left back spot. And Singh will be the striker alongside Matos. And there's Matos running down. Gabe Matos. Almost. Goalie beat him to it. If he got a touch on that, that could have been his first goal ever on varsity. Once again, that St. Joe's defense is ruthless. Oh, rough touch by Bogus. Good clear there by the center back. Captain, number 21. And Gabe Matos possibly on offense here. And nothing to it. Go right back to Carteret. Falcons have been absolutely dominating this game. Like I said before, it has to be around 90% possession time. Just giving Carteret no chances. As they lead 2-1. Throw in for St. Joe's. Like I said before, these are pretty much corner kicks because of how close they are and how high you can get that ball. We'll see what happens here. Here's the throw in. It's a good one. And the defense clears it. That ball will roll out of bounds. And a couple of fighting between the Carteret defenseman and the St. Joe's defenseman. And we got a fight breaking out. Shapiro. That'll be a yellow card on Dan Shapiro. These two teams have been snappy all game. And finally, the referees get involved right there. And Charlie Algier will be coming on for Armin Singh. Junior and junior substitution right there. It looks like Dan Shapiro came out of the ball game too after getting that yellow card. Definitely don't want to take any chances getting him a red card and having him suspended for the next game. And okay, it looks like they just moved Singh down to Cam and threw Algier up at striker. And there is Algier. Great touch by Charlie Algier. Great footwork by Algier right there. Both teams scrapping for the ball right now. That'll be a penalty on St. Joe's. Careret free kick. And it is a hard foul on Charlie Algier. Oh my gosh. Algier just a little bit shaken up. Got shoved hard onto the track on the outside of the field. And he'll be carted off. And we'll have to see if any red cards are given. The ref's talking about it right now. And there's going to be no card. Refs will not blow the whistle. That is shocking to me that there is not even a yellow card. I thought a red was in consideration, but no yellow. It's not my decision at the end of the day, but if it was, I think that might have been a red card on that player. We have some great NFL games this week. I guess my NFL predictions for the year. Maybe throw that out there. I think the one seed out of the NFC South, that'll be the one seed in the playoffs, is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a super easy schedule. I think they're also the most talented team, the best team in the NFL. Obviously, they just won a Super Bowl, so they'll put the Buccaneers at that at that one seed. I'm sorry, and the two seed. I think the two seed. I'm going to have the the Los Angeles Rams. I think Matt Stafford has the best team he's ever been on, and he showed it. He had an incredible game week 1 against Chicago. And I mean, that team is just so good. Probably a top 6 or 7 offense, top 3 defense. It's just such a talented roster, especially when you have the best corner and the best player in the NFL in Aaron Donald and the best corner in Jalen Ramsey. And then coming out as the 3 seed, I'm actually going to have the Dallas Cowboys. I know this could be my bias, but I love the Cowboys this year. I think Dak Prescott is on a comeback season and picked up where he left off last year. He was running away passing yards wise in the league those first 5 weeks, and right now started off the year 428 passing yards. I mean, it's that's my choice for the NFC East, and that is my choice for the 3 seed. And then at the 4 seed, I have the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to run away with that division. But I do think it's going to take Aaron Rodgers some time because he didn't go to training camp at all. And I think that actually shows. Even I know he's been in the league for a long time, but he did not go to training camp at all. And it showed week 1. And I think it's going to take some time for that whole team to just get readjusted, get ready. But once they're rolling, it's a well-oiled machine, and they're going to be on fire. They're going to be a hot team going into the playoffs. And at the 5 seed for the wild card team, I think I'm going to take San Francisco. I'm going to take the 49ers in at that 5 seed. I think Trey Lance takes over about week 9, week 10 this year. And I think once he takes over, they see an immediate difference in that explosive offense. I think Trey Lance unlocks their full capabilities on offense. Obviously, a great defense. Nick Bosa leading the charge for that defense. But once you get Trey Lance in there, man, that is definitely my 5 seed. And in at the 6 seed, I think I'm going to have. I think I'll have Minnesota. I think I'll have the Minnesota Vikings in at the 6 seed. I was talking about him before. Kirk Cousins, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Top 3 wide receiver duo with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Decent defense, not too good, not too bad. Some real superstars, Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith on that defense, along with Daniel Hunter and Michael Pierce. It's going to be Gabe Matos with a shot and saved by the goalie. Shot on goal there for Gabe Matos, though. But yeah, I think the Vikings will be my 6 seed. And then at the 7 seed, actually, no, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to put the Arizona Cardinals at that 6 seed. And then the Seattle Seahawks at the 7 seed. I think the NFC West is the first division to ever have every single team make the playoffs. It's a bold prediction, but it's my prediction. I think the Rams are the second best team in the NFC. I think the Cardinals are a top 5 team in the NFC. And I think the Seahawks are also a top 5 team in the NFC. And I think the Niners are like the 4th best team in the NFC. They're just too good not to make the playoffs. So that's my NFC prediction. And going to the Super Bowl, I have the Bucs making it to the Super Bowl. In the AFC, I'm going to have Kansas City as the 1 seed. Obviously, it's a pretty clear choice. At the 2 seed, I have the Cleveland Browns. I think Baker Mayfield is going to look like a top 6 or 7 quarterback this year. I think the defense shines brighter than they ever have. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to be back to how he was in his prime, but he's definitely going to be a 1,000-plus receiving yard receiver. I think Jarvis Landry will have around 800 yards. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are going to be just around like 800 yards. Those 2 guys are incredible. By far the best running back duo in the NFL. So that'll be my 2 seed. And at the 3 seed, I think I'm going to have the Buffalo Bills. And at the 3 seed, I think Josh Allen looked like a top 5 quarterback this year. Looked like a top 5 quarterback last year, I should say. Didn't look so much this year in the first game, but I think he'll pick it up. I think Stephon Diggs is undeniably a top 4 receiver, top 3 receiver. I think the defense is great. I think Cole Beasley is an incredible wide receiver number 2. So I think I have the Bills at the 3 seed. And then at the 4 seed, only thing I'm missing now is AFC South. And in the AFC South, I have the Tennessee Titans. Like I said, once Ryan Tannehill and Julio Jones make that connection, I think they're going to be one of the teams to beat in the AFC, just like the Packers. Once the Packers get rolling, it's over with for every other team, pretty much. And it's the same thing with the Titans. The two top 5, top 6 receivers in the NFL paired with a top 10 quarterback and the best running back in the NFL, that is a formula for one of the best offenses we've ever seen. Great O line too. Like I said though, every game is going to be a high scoring one because that defense is not putting up numbers. I should say too, Daniel Aiken has been checked in at that goalkeeper spot. Aiken, a senior. I think this might be his first time playing this year. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, that's the 4 seed. And at the 5 seed, I think I'll have. I'm not too sure. It's a very top heavy conference. I think I'll actually have Pittsburgh at that 5 seed. I think they looked incredible, beating the Buffalo Bills in their Week 1 game. The defense proved they are still the best in the NFL. Offense didn't look horrendous, looked like a top 20 offense, top 16, maybe a little bit below average. But that worked. It worked last year. They had 11 straight wins. I think they're not going to have that much, obviously, this year. But I think it'll definitely work this year. So I'm going to have them at the 5 seed. Then at the 6 seed, jeez, I don't even know. Maybe the LA Chargers is a team that I would put over there. Yeah, I'll put the LA Chargers, and at the 6 seed, like I said, Justin Herbert, very promising young quarterback. Defense isn't horrible like it usually is for that LA Charger team. Austin Eckler is a very underrated back. Keenan Allen, a very underrated receiver. Offensive line, very underrated. Overall, a very underrated team in my eyes. And at the 7th seed, I'm going to have the Baltimore Ravens. I think that defense is incredible. Top 5 defense, probably in the league. And Lamar Jackson leading them. And I think Lamar Jackson could put up those same numbers he did in his MVP season. I think he could. I don't think he will, but I think he could. But I think he'll get pretty close to that. And that's why I have them at my 7th seed. And going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to have the Cleveland Browns going to the Super Bowl. That's right, Cleveland. I think the Cleveland Browns finally make a championship ever. I'm not too sure. Maybe they made one with Jim Brown. I'm not too sure about that. But I think the Super Bowl is going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Cleveland Browns at SoFi Stadium. And in that game, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady gets his 8th Super Bowl and just reminds everyone that he is still the greatest player to ever play the game. But I think it's a close one. I think the Browns, it's a very high scoring one at that. Actually, I'm not too sure about that because there are two great defenses on both sides. So my score prediction is going to be 24 to 17 will be my score prediction. Bucks win in a shootout. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2-time NFL champions, in the last 2 years. Tom Brady, 8th ring. Bruce Arians looked like one of the best coaches in the league now. And Bill Belichick continues to look like a fraud as he might have been carried by Tom Brady his whole career. So those are going to be our predictions, and that is going to be the ball game. St. Joe's wins 2-1 over Careret. Falcons will improve to 3-2 on the year. That is their first win as they lost last game. Great win for St. Joe's here. Had a little bit of a scare there at the end, but ultimately got the job done. Thank you for tuning in if you did. St. Joe's, like I said, takes the win. Ben Chadwick signing off.